Greetings from Total Life Prosperity. I am Sonita, and of course, I am here with Dwayne. Say hey, Dwayne.
Hi, y'all.
We are here today to talk about healthy eating. You know that we are your friendly neighborhood health and nutrition coaches. Now, there's a difference between your nutritionist, your dietitian, and your coach. We are here to help you on your fitness and nutrition journey, to get you on the right path, allow you to set realistic goals that you're going to be able to accomplish in the course of your current everyday existence, and to move forward so that you can have a healthier quality of life and the best you that you are going to be able to be. Today, we are excited to share with you some quick reps. Now, many of you are like us, so you're on the go. We teach classes, we do Zoom, we teach exercise classes, finance classes, fitness classes, and so much more. So because of all the content and the time, and we totally enjoy it, but it doesn't allow us to really have set blocks all the time of prep time, meal, planning, and to actually sit down and fully prepare, right, from scratch, home cooked meals for every meal time, every day, 7 days a week. So if you're like us, you need some healthy options, you need some quick options, right? I am a fan of 30-minute meals or less, because that's usually the time that we have available to prepare our meals. And we want to share with you that if you are looking at something that you can take on the go, looking for something that's a quick lunch option or in between, classes, in between shifts, if you're transitioning from one thing to another and you still want to stay right on your nutrition journey and you want to make sure that you are within your personal goals, here are some options. Today, we are actually going to go ahead and make some quick and easy wraps. Now, remember that you can take anything healthy and make it unhealthy, okay? I know they tell you that if you eat certain foods that you're going to be healthy, but I want to be honest today and let you know that sometimes we sabotage, right, our nutrition journeys by adding in extra calories and doing extra steps that are outside of the recipe, and that builds up, it adds up, and then we end up seeing it right on the scale. We end up seeing it when we try our clothes on, we end up seeing it in the mirror, and a lot of times we don't like it. So I want you to be very careful that you're accounting for everything. All right, as we move forward today, let me share a few quick tips about how you can get in contact with us. So if you have questions later on, go ahead and reach out, because we love to answer your questions. Right now, please be advised, you may not get an answer today. Remember, I said that we have classes, but you can reach out and we will be sure to respond. So check us out. Email us at totallifetoday@gmail.com, totallifetoday@gmail.com. Check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/Total Life Prosperity. How you doing? Right? Go ahead, check us out on Instagram, right? If you don't like Facebook or whatever, go ahead, jump on Instagram, find Total Life Prosperity there. And of course, you're going to find this and many other videos on our YouTube. It's Total Life Prosperity. So we'll be making some updates, making sure that all these things are available to you. So here we are. Are you ready to go? Let's do it. First, let's talk about what you're drinking. Now remember that drinks add calories. So if you're on a fitness journey, a nutrition journey, if you're just going down a pathway to a better you need to start accounting for everything. Don't have mindless calories, right, in your diet. And there are a couple of quick tips that don't require you necessarily to count everything or document everything. In our ideal world, you're going to have what's called a food journal, right? So you're going to keep a track, keep a count of every single thing that you are eating or drinking, the things that are around you, and that's going to help you craft the best meal plan, okay, the best week's worth of eating that you're going to be able to find for yourself. That's not right? Realistic for many of us. So one of the ways that we lose calories is in what we drink. Now, please be careful that if you're going towards any of the zero beverages or low calorie beverages, that you check in with your doctor or licensed healthcare physician and make sure that there's nothing in them that will interact with your current medication or health history, and there's nothing that will do you harm before you make these options. Now, you know, we have to tell you that the best thing for you to drink is water. Nothing else in the world is going to be as healthy for you as a good glass of water or a bottle of water. All right, so be advised that if you are tired of drinking water or you need something with a little extra flavor, you can take some fruit, drop it in your water, and that will be fine. If that doesn't work though, here are some low calorie options you may want to consider. So Vita Water has several different flavors. This is a zero vitamin water. It is lemonade. We also have a few other flavors here, strawberry lemonade. And of course, you can always get some mineral water and add any flavor that you want to it because it's 0 calories, right? The brands don't necessarily matter. We're not endorsing any specific brand or option. We just want you to be aware of your choices. That being said, don't forget that as you're moving forward, you may also take a look at your condiment journey. Miracle Whip, I love Miracle Whip, but you may want to consider light Miracle Whip. Mustard is a great condiment that doesn't add calories, and you can use, you know, within reason as much as you want. So, and there's always mustard, there's honey mustard. We'll be talking about these things a little bit later on. And if you just have to have your ranch dressing, if you're like our kids, ranch on everything, don't forget there are fat-free, low-calorie, and light options, so you can add that to your meal. All right, condiments out of the way. What are we making today? Today we are making wraps. Why are we making wraps? Because bread adds a lot of calories. It's carb dense, so it's going to take your sugars up for the most part. It's going to add a lot of calories, sometimes fat and different things into your meal that are unnecessary, and you can achieve the same goal, have some of that flavor profile, and cut way back by jumping in and using lower carb options and using wraps. You can also use wraps for breakfast, you can use wraps for lunch, you can use wraps for dinner, right? Snacks, whatever, and you can put almost anything in them that you currently like to eat and make it work. So that makes them a really great option. We have 2 different kinds of wraps here today. The first one that I just showed you is a larger wrap. It's like plate size. So if you're looking for something bigger, you want to do a one-hit wonder, or maybe you want to cut it down in pinwheels, that's a great option. The second one, right, is a smaller size, more like a taco size. So if you're thinking about a soft taco or something of that nature, it's this size, right? Remember that as you are working toward your goals, size matters, because portion control is another part of your journey. Don't be alarmed. You may not have exact portions right now. That may not even be the most important thing on your nutrition and fitness journey. But you do need to consider how you are going to start accounting for the amount, the portions, how often, because in order for you to get to success, you need to account for those things at some point in your journey. Today, let's start back at the bottom. What's one thing that you can do other than drinking your water that will add benefit to your nutrition journey? As you're thinking about meal planning, as you're thinking about snacks, the number one thing that you're going to be able to do without much extra thought is to add vegetables. How many fruits and veggies do you eat per day? Now, some fruits can be dangerous because they have high sugar content. You may not eat them with the skin, so that changes the fiber. And there's so many places we can go with that, but we don't have time today. What I do want you to focus on, though, that if you add 1 serving of veggies to every meal, you can slowly begin to meet your goals and change your life. Today, we're making the wraps so you can see how easy it is to add an extra veggie, to use different varieties of veggies to enhance your meal, stay within whatever your current meal profile is, right? I'm not here to tell you, well, go high carb, low carb, Mediterranean, high health, all those things. They are important, but you need to start from where you are, pick something that's easy for you to incorporate, and then move forward from there, because that's going to give you your very best chance for success. So let's make a wrap. Ready? Let's do it. So what do I have for you? spinach. All right. You can buy any kind of spinach. Again, we're not promoting any specific brands or anything. Go to the grocery store, whatever grocery store you go to, whatever brands you like, whatever your flavor profile is, follow that. But when you make meals on your own, you have the best chance of controlling all the calories and additives, all right? So we've got spinach. So we have cucumber. See the cucumber? We already cut things up so we can speed the time up a little here. Then in addition to that, I've got some lovely tomatoes. Right? Want to add a little bit of lycopene, and we won't talk about the great debate. Is it a fruit? Is it a veggie? It's a tomato, y'all. Tomato, all right? Of course, you can add cheese or not. If you're on a dairy-free journey, don't worry about it. Check out vegan options, right? All these have some really good brands at a lower rate if you're looking at staying within your budget. We're going to use carving board, right, from Oscar Mayer today, only because it's a thicker cut slice. Now, there are other brands, so be advised, grab what you want, or go to the deli at your store, have them slice it thicker. Or if you're like me and you have a whole turkey in the freezer, when you cook that turkey, slice it in the way you want, make lunch meat out of it, and keep it moving, all right? And of course, for those of you who love for things to bite you back when you're eating, here's an onion. This one is red. Usually when you're making sandwiches, wraps, things of that nature, the red onion has a particular flavor profile that most people like. I don't eat onions that are uncooked on my sandwiches, wraps, and spreads, but do whatever it is that you like. And for those of you who are looking for a little extra kick, avocado, right? So avocado has a creaminess. You can replace it, right, with Miracle Whip. Use it instead of and. Many people eat avocado toast. It's a really great thing to have around. Add a little bit of extra flavor, but it also adds that creaminess that you might be missing if you're deleting something like mayonnaise or Miracle Whip from your diet. All right. So what are we going to do first? First thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our wrap. Right, so for this one, I'm going to go ahead and take the plate size wrap because you can add more things into it. And if you're going to cut it down, right, they make a better roll, which is easier for you to cut. So if you've seen those pinwheels, they start right here, just like we're going to do today. So first thing we're going to do is grab our wrap. If you want to use a spread or anything of that nature, you're going to grab your spread. Now we recommend that you measure it out. After you measure things for so long, you're going to kind of have a scale that you'll be able to eyeball it, as they say. So you'll know, well, this is about a tablespoon, this is about 2 tablespoons. Remember that when you're adding condiments, that you're adding calories. So we don't recommend that you add more than 2 tablespoons of anything to anything that you're preparing, because why do you need the extra calories, right? Ideally, a tablespoon if you can make it. But if you don't have time to measure, what you're going to do is take your Miracle Whip for this one, and I'm just going to drizzle lightly about 2 tablespoons. And I want to put it throughout the wrap, so when you roll it, you're getting that flavor all the way through, right? So I'm going to go ahead and just add a couple dollars here and there. That's going to spread around as we move forward. Now, I like mustard. If you don't like anything, feel free to adjust the recipe. Do whatever you like. Make it what you want to make it. But I'm going to add my mustard now. Mustard is 0 calories. So I added just a touch of Miracle Whip. I can add as much mustard as I like, but you don't want any flavor to take over and overpower what you're making, right? So I'm going to drizzle that. Boom. There we go. Mustard is done. Now, here's the thing. When you start, you want to start with your greens. So if you use a lettuce, you can use a romaine lettuce. I prefer romaine lettuce because it has a milder flavor. It gives me that extra green. If you're really looking for something to kick in, go ahead and get some arugula or some spring mix. Feel free to add a variety of things in there. Today, for our nutrition value, we're going to go ahead and add in those leafy greens, better known as spinach. Now remember, when you add spinach, you want to add about a half a cup to a cup. Now if you add more than that, you're going to really take over that flavor again. So you want to be careful about ratios as you're adding things in. So I'm going to go ahead, spread my spinach around. Here we go. right? So it kind of looks like we're starting a pizza, but we're gonna roll it so it will be fine. Now, after you add your condiments and you've added your leafy greens, you have some options. Now, I recommend that you go ahead and throw your cheese in there. Now, note today, we are trying to cut back and live our best life. So we have thin sliced cheese, and we're only gonna use one slice. You can use as many as you like. The servings on here says that it's 3 slices to a serving. So if you're really looking for that cheese kicking flavor, you're gonna wanna layer those 3 slices. Because I'm trying to cut back, right? And I wanna live my best life, and that means that I need to cut back on what I'm doing. I'm gonna take that 1 slice, and I'm gonna split it in half so I can get it throughout my wrap, layer it in there, boom, I've got cheese. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my meat. Now today, I'm using oven roasted turkey breast, right? This is carving block, so it has a little bit of a thicker chop on it. See how thick that is? I'm gonna go ahead, you wanna use about 2 to 3 ounces of meat. So if you're trying to eyeball that, it's gonna be about 3 or 4 slices. So I'm gonna use 3, because remember, one of the things we're trying to do, as long as they're cut down to about this size, right? I'm gonna go ahead and use 3 today, so we'll stay within there. Now, if you get a piece like this in your pack, cut that down, right? Because you can make at least 2 slices out of that wedge. So make sure you're not cheating yourself and saying, oh, I used 3 because I used that wedge. That's extra, all right? Now you wanna really get into the extra veggies. Remember that the quickest way to get to your nutrition goals is to add vegetables to your meal plans, right? Every meal, add extra veggie in. So today, we've already added our spinach. Now I'm gonna add tomato. Now you can use as much as you want, because vegetables are one of the items that you'll find in meal planning, right? That unless you're cooking them or preparing them a certain way or covering them something, you won't actually feel any calories or anything. They won't hurt you, so to speak. So I'm gonna add my tomatoes in here. Now I like to layer my tomatoes. So what I'm gonna do is make sure that they're gonna go in every bite, right? So I'm gonna use about 4 slices. Now I sliced them long ways, sliced them down in half so they would fit in my wrap, because remember, I'm preparing to roll my wrap. Now here's another thing. Some people like cucumbers, some people don't. Whenever you're looking to build your nutrition profile, you want to add vegetables as much as possible, but add veggies that make sense. Cucumbers are nice and light. They're really water, right? So you can add cucumbers. If you don't like them, don't worry about them, but they're not going to change the flavor profile too much. So I'm going to take my cucumbers and just add them in. Notice that I've kind of wedged, sticked, if you will, like carrot sticks, my cucumbers, so they'll fit right there in my wrap. The last thing we have is avocado, right? Avocado is optional, but if you want that creamy texture, if you want to add something else, but be careful with avocado, because avocado has added fat. So don't think that you're going to eat this whole avocado and everything is going to be great. You need to account for everything that you're eating. And if you're going to cut up this avocado and eat it, you need to account for the fat profile of the avocado in your dish as well. All right, now onions, here we go. Strong onions. I'm going to dismiss onions on this particular wrap, but feel free to grab them, sprinkle them. They too have value. So what I'm going to do with my wrap is I'm going to take it and roll it, right, like a burrito. So I'm going to push that edge, roll it, keep going, keep going, keep going. Get all my veggies in there. Roll, 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 roll. And then you can actually hold it, right? Now, if that's doing too much, go ahead and take your knife, because now that you've rolled it, go ahead, take your knife and cut that down. You want to go ahead and cut pinwheels. Note that I always mess up that first slice because I didn't roll it well enough for that slice to make it make sense. But you can go ahead and cut it down. See those veggies coming out? See that? You're gonna roll it. I have so many veggies in there. I have so many veggies in there that if you're gonna cut it, I don't recommend you use as many as I did. But if you want to make pinwheels, you need to make a lean wrap and cut it down so that you can get something in every bite. Use a little more spinach. Make sure that you're slicing things thinly so that you'll go ahead and have that wrap. So we want to thank you for joining us today. This wrap is lunch ready. Do you see that? See all your veggies, see your meat, see your condiments. You're ready to go. And if you're running out the door, I rolled that bottom so it won't fall out. You can hold it. Now, if you're getting, in the car, walking down the street, whatever, I recommend you put a napkin or something on the bottom just in case, no accidents, but you're ready to go and it's all involved, right? So what we're gonna do is take this lunch. Hopefully, you're gonna be able to sit down and enjoy your lunch. One of the things that we do is we rush through our mealtime, and that kind of helps us consume more calories on a fast basis. So what we're gonna do is take that wrap, go ahead, drop it down, and then we're gonna grab some chips. How about that? Because we wanna round out this meal. Now be careful, because even though you're using chips, they add calories too. So today's chips are baked, 65% less fat, barbecue legs. So it says about 15 chips is a serving, right? If you don't have time to sit here and count out 15 chips, we recommend taking a bowl or a cup, right? And going less than half. So we're gonna drop it in there. Woohoo! Don't want to pour the whole bag in there, right? We're gonna drop it in there. You're gonna eyeball the serving, and then you're gonna drop it right there on your plate. And then you're gonna be able to see that this wrap, woohoo, is ready, and you have a meal that can go with you wherever you're going. All right, thanks for joining us. Have any questions, feel free to call us, email us, messenger us, text message us, whatever the case might be. Remember that eating healthier will help you with any chronic condition, anything that your doctor is telling you. And if you're on a journey that you're dealing with high blood pressure, or hypertension, diabetes, chronic kidney disease, or even if you're stressing in life, right, with so many things going on, right, it will help you to begin the process of breaking that weight down, and exercising, drinking water, and losing weight, unless you're underweight, please see your doctor if you are, will assist you with anything that you're experiencing and moving forward to a better, healthier you. Have a great day. Thanks for joining in. This is Sonya with Total Life Prosperity and Dwayne, and we say, listen, one day, one veggie at a time. Have a great afternoon. Bye.